a pediatrician who dedicated her life to helping those in need. She sacrificed her life for her daughter. Today's curiosities are about Saint Gianna Beretta Molla. Here are 11 facts about her. 11. Contemporary holiness. Born in 1922, Gianna lived in the modern world, balancing her roles as a physician, wife, mother, and devout Catholic. She pursued holiness within the ordinary conditions of daily life, not through grandiose gestures but with an exceptional dedication to love, faith, and others. This makes her an accessible and inspiring role model for families and professionals seeking to live by Christian values. Beyond her professional career, Saint Gianna was also an exemplary wife and mother. Her love for her husband, Pietro Molla, and their children reflects the beauty of fully embracing the vocation of marriage. In a world that often undervalues personal sacrifices, Gianna chose to prioritize the well-being of her family and her patients over her own interests, even sacrificing her life for the baby she carried in her womb. 10. Connection with Brazil. Saint Gianna Beretta Molla, though Italian and having lived in Magenta, Italy, has a deep connection with Brazil, a country that played a crucial role in her beatification and canonization. Her life and legacy transcended the borders of her homeland, making her a universal example of holiness and faith. Brazil was not only the setting for the miracles that led to Gianna's beatification and canonization but also a place where her life's testimony was embraced and venerated. During her lifetime, Gianna expressed a strong desire to serve others, especially in a missionary context. She hoped to work alongside her brother, Friar Alberto Beretta, a Capuchin friar dedicated to missions in Maranhão, Brazil. Although she did not fulfill this dream, her connection to Brazil remained strong, particularly through her correspondence with her brother, who shared his missionary experiences and challenges in Brazil. This emotional and spiritual bond deepened with Saint Gianna's intercession during critical moments in the lives of many Brazilians. 9. Religious and talented family. Saint Gianna Beretta Molla was born into a large and deeply religious family of 13 children. She was the 10th child of Alberto Beretta and Maria de Micheli, members of the Third Order of Franciscans, who raised their children in an environment of faith and devotion. The religious education Gianna received profoundly influenced her life and guided her decisions and actions. Her family was a true example of service and vocations dedicated to God, with her siblings reflecting a diversity of gifts and talents. Among Gianna's siblings, one became an engineer who later pursued a religious vocation as a priest, while two others, Enrico and Virginia, were doctors who devoted their lives to religious missions. Enrico, also known as Friar Alberto, became a Capuchin friar and missionary in Brazil, where he worked as a doctor. Virginia, a Canonized nun, went to India as a missionary and physician. The environment of faith and altruism that permeated the Beretta household was reflected in their dedication to others, either through religious life or professional service. In addition to doctors and clergy, Gianna had a sister who excelled as a pharmacist and another who became a talented pianist. Each member of the Beretta family contributed to society and the Christian mission in various ways, whether through caring for the sick, education, or evangelization. Gianna followed in her siblings' footsteps through her medical vocation and devotion to family and faith. However, her life stood out as an extraordinary example of sacrifice and unconditional love, especially in her decision to prioritize her unborn child's life over her own during her pregnancy. Leave your prayer request in the comments, asking Saint Gianna Beretta Molla to intercede for it before God. 8. Catholic action and social service. From a young age, Saint Gianna Beretta Molla demonstrated a deep commitment to her faith, not only spiritually but also through concrete acts of service to others. Her dedication to the Catholic Action Apostolate was one way she lived out her Christian vocation, striving to spread the gospel and promote the welfare of those around her. Catholic Action, a religious movement aimed at involving the faithful in social and ecclesial issues, provided Gianna with an important platform for pastoral and missionary work. In addition to her involvement with Catholic Action, Gianna devoted herself to social service, particularly aiding the elderly and those in vulnerable situations. She spent her time and energy caring for those most in need, working with the St. Vincent Delaware Paul Society, a Catholic organization focused on helping the poor. For Gianna, this social engagement was not separate from her spiritual life but rather a direct expression of her faith, demonstrating her understanding of love for others as an extension of love for God. 7. Purposeful Pediatrics. Saint Gianna Beretta Molla, although trained as a physician and specializing in pediatrics, chose a path of service reflecting her profound sensitivity to the needs of the most vulnerable. Instead of exclusively pursuing pediatric specialization, an area in which she excelled, Gianna consciously decided to open a practice not only for children but also for the elderly who were abandoned and in need. For Gianna, medicine was not merely a profession but an extension of her Christian commitment to others. She regarded medical care as a way to touch the body of Christ, reflecting her belief that healing and caring for humanity held profound spiritual significance. By choosing to care for the most vulnerable, particularly the elderly, she demonstrated her deep understanding of human dignity in all stages and conditions of life. 6. Exemplary marriage and family life. Gianna Beretta Molla lived an exemplary marriage, characterized by love, respect, and partnership with her husband, Pietro Molla. The couple, married in 1955, built a solid Christian family life grounded in the teachings of the Catholic faith. Their union was marked by deep spirituality, constant communication, and a shared desire to live Christian values daily. Together, they prayed, attended Mass, and practiced charity, providing a clear example of how to live the vocation of marriage fully. Their love was evident in their correspondence and daily actions. Gianna often wrote affectionate letters to Pietro, expressing her gratitude and highlighting his importance in her life. Their mutual respect and partnership were clear, with Gianna emphasizing that the secret to happiness was living moment by moment, acknowledging and thanking God for His blessings. Gianna and Pietro's family life included their 3 children, Pierluigi, Marialina, and Laura. Despite her demanding professional career and dedication to medicine, Gianna balanced her roles as a mother and wife with her commitments, always prioritizing her family's care. Her approach to marriage and motherhood showcased her Christian view that the family is a place of love and sacrifice, where each member contributes to the collective well-being. 5. A decision of sacrifice. During her final pregnancy, Saint Gianna Beretta Molla faced one of the most difficult and dramatic decisions of her life. Diagnosed with a uterine fibroma, she was informed by doctors that her condition posed a risk to both her life and the life of her unborn baby. The doctors presented Gianna with 3 options. The first was the removal of her uterus, which would ensure her survival but result in an abortion. The second option, also risky, was the removal of the fibroma, likely causing the baby's miscarriage but without directly endangering her health. The third option, the riskiest of all, was to attempt to preserve the pregnancy by removing the fibroma without compromising the baby's life, an option that entailed significant danger for both Gianna and her child. With deep medical knowledge and unshakable faith, Gianna chose the third option, deciding to sacrifice her own life for the life of her unborn child. She understood the risks involved, But her decision was driven by profound, selfless love, reflecting her conviction that human life, even in its gestational stage, is sacred. By making this choice, Gianna demonstrated extraordinary courage and total commitment to her maternal vocation. She knew that her life might be the price of preserving her daughters, and through this decision, she reaffirmed her faith in divine power and the absolute value of human life. 4. Death. On April 21, 1962, Gianna gave birth to her daughter after a pregnancy marked by significant medical challenges. After childbirth, her health deteriorated rapidly due to septicemia. Saint Gianna passed away on April 28, 1962, 1 week after her daughter's birth, at the age of only 39. Her final words, addressed to her husband Pietro, were a testament to her faith and resignation. "Jesus, I love you." Her death was not only the consequence of her sacrifice but also a supreme act of love and surrender, reflecting her profound Christian faith and commitment to gospel values. 3. Miracles in Brazil. The miracles that led to Saint Gianna Beretta Molla's beatification and canonization have a special connection with Brazil, the country where these extraordinary events occurred. The miracle that paved the way for her beatification took place in 1977, in Maranhão, specifically in the city of Grajaú. The story involved Lucia Silva Cirillo, a young woman who developed a severe complication, a rectovaginal fistula, after delivering a stillborn baby. The condition threatened her life, and the only possible treatment was surgery, which would have to be performed in a hospital 600 kilometers away in São Luís. However, a Capuchin nurse, Sister Bernardina, prayed for Saint Gianna's intercession, and miraculously, Lucia was healed without surgery, a fact deemed inexplicable and which initiated Gianna's beatification process. The miracle that enabled Gianna's canonization occurred in 2000 in Franca, São Paulo. A pregnant woman, for months along, suffered a rupture of her amniotic sac, losing all the amniotic fluid and putting the baby's life at risk. The doctor recommended abortion since the absence of fluid made fetal development impossible. However, the mother, trusting in Saint Gianna's intercession, decided to continue the pregnancy. The miracle occurred when, against all scientific odds, the baby was born perfectly healthy and without any complications. This event was recognized by the Vatican as a miracle, marking a significant milestone that led to Saint Gianna Beretta Molla's canonization. 2. The first canonization with the husband present. Saint Gianna Beretta Molla is a powerful symbol of holiness in modern times. Canonized on May 16, 2004, by Pope St. John Paul II, she stands out among contemporary saints for living fully in the 20th century, a period marked by significant cultural, social, and technological transformations. Her example of faith and virtues emphasizes that the pursuit of holiness is possible in any era and context. She was the first woman in the history of the Catholic Church to be canonized with her husband, Pietro Molla, present at the ceremony. This remarkable event provided a profound witness to holiness in daily marital life and the importance of the vocation to marriage within the Christian faith. Pietro, her faithful and loving companion until her death, had the unique opportunity to witness the Church's official recognition of his wife's life of faith, sacrifice, and love. The liturgical feast day of Saint Gianna Beretta Molla is celebrated on April 28, the date of her death. 1. Mortal remains and relics. The mortal remains of Saint Gianna Beretta Molla are buried in the cemetery of Messero, the town where she was born, in Italy. This final resting place has become a pilgrimage site for those seeking to honor her memory and request her intercession. Additionally, in Messero, a shrine dedicated to the saint has been established, providing a space for prayer and devotion. The relics of Saint Gianna are venerated with great reverence, and the shrine serves as a testament to her holiness. It is a place where the faithful can connect with her story, reflect on her example of faith, sacrifice, and love, and seek her intercession. The presence of her relics in this sacred site reinforces the idea that Gianna's sanctity transcends time and space, continuing to influence the lives of many, especially those striving to live with the same commitment and dedication to Christian faith that she demonstrated during her life. And so we conclude another story full of fascinating insights. Don't forget to leave in the comments which saint's story you'd like to see next on the channel. See you in the next story.